Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. I hope everybody's doing great today. We just played a little sample of some Lost Boys, the homie FA and Megadon, DJ Megadon, by the way. Make sure you check out everything he does. You are here with 104.1 FM Riverwest Radio. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Watley Yeltaw. We are here with the awesome, amazing Emmit James, man. Just how you doing today, bro?
Yo, I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah. Thanks for coming through today, man. I've been hoping to have you in for like a minute now, and I believe you are the first guest of the year because I don't think I had a guest last week.
Oh, nice.
Indeed.
Okay.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got a couple questions for Emmit James today. I've known Emmit James for a little bit now. We've done a little work together in the sense of I go to shows, I enjoy myself, and I make a post, and he collabs with me, and then we've like worked back and forth a little bit on that tip. But as a fan side, I've been a fan of his music for a while. Last two albums were just absolute bangers, and that's what I want to get into today. So kind of just to start with, like on the music tip, what kind of got you into music in the first place? What was your first inspiration?
I know this name is taboo now, but Kanye West is a big reason why.
Indeed. I love you. I still love you. I still love you. You all right?
No, I love Kanye too. I just had to put him on the shelf. Sometimes we'll come back to him. I believe in him still.
Absolutely.
But Kanye West musically, but before that is spoken word poetry. I don't know if you familiar with Stillwater's Collective and Dasha Kelly. She's like the mom of poetry. She's been Wisconsin and Milwaukee Poet Laureate. So I started off doing that, and then that spilled over into music in high school. So
nice. Yeah. So like, do you think it was difficult to get into music on the sense of like recording and releasing tracks, or did it come like kind of easier with you having the lyrics ready and you find songs?
No, I think I've never did like poetry over music, except my very first project. I made this project called Broke But Not Broken. So it was half. It was music and spoken word with some homies on it. But I think it came pretty natural. And when I was in high school, so me and Jen, shout out my brother Jen, we went to Reagan. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, we went to Reagan, and our music teachers, shout out Mr. Murphy and Miss Breitbarth, they were pretty supportive with students who were into music beyond a traditional scope. So like we didn't play instruments or anything like that, but we wanted to rap. And when they noticed that interest, they like kind of make these makeshift studios in our practice rooms, and then got us a computer, a program, and then we would record after school. Nice. So much that like they had to put a timer on it. They're like, y'all can't be here all night. Like a couple hours, then you gotta go home.
Oh, y'all was in there making hits, making albums for sure.
The music wasn't. When I listen to the music now, it wasn't that good. But it was a great. For that time, we was pretty good. But it was easy transition, especially when you got like your teachers supporting you. So
and it's different for everybody. Like everyone don't start music like in the same time period. Like hearing somebody start rap sometimes nowadays young is a little bit, like being on a recording side, it's kind of rare because usually people don't got the material. Also, when you're young, you're nervous, so you like if people even gonna like this or not. So it's nice to hear that you got like started like right at the beginning. It's like, I know what I'm doing and things. So as we transition to like the recent years of doing music, what do you think like is a main motivator like now? You've been traveling back and forth. You done, I don't even know how many states you done performed in. Like what really keeps it like moving?
Just life. I'm inspired by like my everyday life. That's why like my topics you get is my everyday life. I don't rap like my rap name is my real name. It's my first and my middle. I talk about my real life. As a rapper, you sometimes you exaggerate, but like
a little flex. We do a little flex.
I kind of barely do It's like I'm rapping about my real life. So it's just life, and I love music. So it's the one thing that I've known since high school I wanted to do, and I haven't changed my mind about it. At one point, I wanted to be a choir director. At one point, I wanted to do fashion editorial stuff for magazines and like do lingerie, but like music has always been a constant. It's never changed. So
nice. Yeah, indeed. So like on the fashion tip, you ever thought about like slipping into it still kind of like, we kind of got a scene here on Milwaukee. If you know the right people, we definitely got fashion people.
No, yeah.
Moving, like
when I was living in LA, I learned just like the steps to make clothing, not just merch. And that's no shot or shade to people because I like merch too, but like pattern making, like if you take a t-shirt and you rip it apart at all the seams, it broken down is the pattern. So there's a person that makes that, and then there's a person that passes on to the next. So like I hired a homie to be my consultant, and then it got expensive, so I only paid him for a month. But we had like a collection we was gonna produce. But I think my way of still living that dream is through merch. So like obviously I've done t-shirts, hoodies, I've done silk boxers with a velvet waistband, I've done velvet thongs, velvet ski masks. So but maybe when like there's more money and budget involved, I'll get into it. I've always wanted to do lingerie. Like that's like something that I really want to do.
For sure.
Yeah.
And nothing, like nothing, like you said, it's just budget, but nothing stopping any of us from doing it. Do you have like a favorite piece of merch? I like of mine. I like the vegetarian shirt personally. A lot, and I really like the I think Cooking with Emmit hat. I don't have one personally. But like there was
the Chef Boyardee hat.
Yes, there we go. Yeah, those are my two favorites personally.
I think wow, I've done like a lot of like cool stuff. Not to, I guess that's the rapper in me. Not to be like, but I've done like
it's nice.
Yeah, because I get
quality too.
Yeah, appreciate you, and you are a big supporter, so I appreciate you always showing love. I've done a lot of cool stuff. I've made chips. So some years back, you know Deuce Pounds,
yeah,
producer.
Yeah,
he we made a song together. He produced called Yams. And so the way that my brain works, I was like, oh, I should make my own sweet potato chips for the merch. So I did that. I made a sweet kind, so brown sugar flavored. Then I had a salty kind with pink Himalayan salt. It was a lot of work behind the scenes because I designed the bag, I made the chips and all that type of stuff. But then I was living in LA at that time, and I had a favorite sandwich shop out there called Wax Paper. So every Thursday they did a lunch special, and then for a whole month they let my chips be the chips that went with the lunch special.
Nice.
I have made juice, I've made chocolates, I've made cereal, I've made barbecue. Like I just like truly lean into the concept. So I've done a lot of like cool stuff. So it's kind of hard to pick. Kind of hard to pick my favorite, but those are some cool ones.
I mean, even going off like food related thing, I guess we can segue to like a side question I had. Well, when it comes to like the big band barbecue, what goes into doing something at that larger scale? Because on my side, I cover a lot of shows. People have me come out and I do things, but I don't really see that unless I'm popping up at like, a festival type. I've never, it's almost like a singular festival. Like around Emmit James. Usually it takes about like 15 people that I go to and I see that. So what kind of goes behind what Big Band Barbecue is?
The Big Band Barbecue is a lot of work, man. Shout out to my homegirl Joy. She's a co-producer of the event, so it's a really good friend of mine. So we work on it together. She has been a part of the team since the second one. After the first one, she was like, do you want some help? And I was like, yeah. And she's been a big help finding sponsors, day of work, emailing people. And she cares almost just as much as I do, which is hard to find because like when something is yours, you don't expect people to care as much as you. And like
absolutely,
she might care as much as I do, which is really fire. So it's us doing a lot of the work, but behind the scenes, the first like 7-8 months before, it's a lot of emails. Like right now, we emailing people, we thanking them for sponsoring last year, we asking them to sponsor again. So a lot of the work is emails, and then from on the music side is linking with Curtis. Hey, this is the theme for this year. This is what we want to do. I send him a list. Then he starts cooking up the arrangements, and then maybe when it's like a few months out, then we start finding locations to practice. The biggest thing is the financial piece. Because it costs a lot of money. So last year was the first year I didn't hit the goal. Because every year I get ambitious. The first year was 13 pieces. The second year was 22 or 20. And then last year was 25. And it was like, but the budget.
It's beautiful sounding too. It's legitimately like if anybody, catching this on the recap, if you haven't made it to a Big Band Barbecue, that's the place to be. Like if you want to get inspired as an artist side.
No, it's one of my favorite. And I want to start what I want to do is do a festival that's not the Big Band Barbecue. But because the Big Band Barbecue heavily reliant on sponsors right now. I don't know if I could do another event where I'm asking people for money. So I'm trying to figure that out. But yeah, it's a ton of work, especially when it boils down to like who is producing it. It's me and my friend. We don't got no connections to no big organizations yet. But like it's just us figuring it out and making it work. And then the day of, we'll hire like people to help us, like or volunteers or a stage manager and stuff like that. But two regular people, you can catch at the grocery store. Yeah.
And it seems, and I swear, like I need to like find a way to get onto like the sponsorship. Maybe I can talk to like Zive at Riverwest. We need to like get into some things like that because it is something worth investing in because like it's a fun thing to be at. I mean, and then the thing is, of course, we're hearing your music and we're hearing I'm personally getting to hear some of my favorite stuff live.
Yeah.
So it's always good.
And most importantly to me, it's like it's a community effort. So like the band is the sexy part. That's what I like to tell people. But the heart of it is every year we're raising money / raising awareness for an organization that's in the community that people maybe didn't know about. And so like you get to give money to them that night, or you get to learn more about them. And so that's, to me, that's just as important as the music. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then speaking of, I do have 2 songs to play by Emmit James. I'm going to let you guys hear that, and I'm going to ask him a couple questions specifically about It's Giving Healed Black Man right after that. But these 2 tracks are off of that album. I'm going to run that for you guys right quick, and we will be right back.